there's only one of me. There's only one of you. There's only one of anybody who's ever listening to this forever. Right?
Stand on it.
And I can never, as much as I can look at other brands and say, all right, this is some stuff I got to learn from, or let me see how they did. It's like, I'm still creating something that hasn't been created. And you're working on something right now that has never been created or done. So I can't reference everything. I can't say, oh, they did it. And right now, I don't know a lot of professionals who are, you know, transacting hundreds of millions of dollars in business and still like working on an album drop when you're talking to Trippie Redd or, you know, like whoever, like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I like that because it challenges us to like, really, how do we see people? Do we see people with the dynamicism?
Sure.
Again, going back to your thing is, if you're an articulate black dude, they want to put you in, okay, you had it good. Your parents modeled you this way. You probably went to a top school. You're probably not about that life or something like that, right?
Literally.
If you know what I'm saying.
You my twin, bro. I had the same experience graduating from Montclair High.
Yeah. You know, and I feel like now we're seeing a range of experience in black people, breaking barriers, you know, becoming billionaires. We got, you know, Jay-Z and Dr. Dre and these guys becoming billionaires.
It's crazy.
Right? From an industry where they said this is not even going to last more than 5, 6, 7 years when they got into hip-hop. Or where's this really going to go?
Yeah.
I don't think you would have sat down with Jay-Z in 93 or 4 and said, you're about to be a billionaire. Right?
No,
like,
definitely not.
And you're about to create billionaires based on what you're doing. So
yeah.
I reference that because, again, like, I can only imagine what somebody like that went through in the corporate world. And it's entertainment and so on. But now you get into these certain echelons where you step into the corporate world whether you want to or not. When you start getting into that place of, I'm mingling only with billionaires who have either, they own these companies, they're the kind of the silent face behind these companies. You know, you don't really see or hear from the big brands who own, you know, you hear from the Bill Gates or the Warren Buffetts, but half of these companies, you don't really know who's the guy running the shop, you know? And then you have this, you know, a person of color stepping in, you kind of cussing and making waves and still able to, you know, create a corporate modern organization that thrives and is able to employ people, that employs people and break through things of just, again, a talent. Like he was just kicking in, probably beatboxing and rapping and whatever in his always, right? Like
absolutely.
How did he take that mindset to $1 billion? So that's when you say like my mind makeup, it's like taking something out of nothing. I never felt like I deserved anything either.
Ooh,
I never felt
so ever, no entitlement streak here.
So no entitlement, and if you put yourself at a default where you say, I'm not entitled to anything and everything is my fault.
Ooh, high ownership.
You always have control. And it's funny because I just talked to one of my friends yesterday who I haven't talked to in a minute, and he goes, I was just telling somebody about you. He goes, there's no obstacle for you. Like if they tell you the obstacle, like you like bet on Jordan, he's gonna figure out a way to get through the door.
Absolutely.
You know? Absolutely.
It's just this is just the means by which I'm going to be successful.
Right.
You know, obstacles, obstructions. You know, as an athlete, you know, like I ran track in you know, in high school.
I ran track too.
So respect. So this would be the one Olympic event that none of us understood, and it's the steeplechase. It was like, why is this got water on the track? Like it's like like my whole life growing up, I never understood the steeplechase, and now that I'm growing up in life, it's my favorite race because it's full of obstacles. It's full of obstructions. How are you going to get past the water? How are you going to get over the hurdle? So everybody loves the 1 and 2. I was a 400-meter runner. That's the big daddy of them all. But it's kind of like what you're speaking to right now. When you start to see life as that, then you understand it's an endurance race, and I have to find a way to overcome or get under or go through this barrier because it's going to be there. It's going to be there. So what would you say, you know, because you're also a father, two beautiful children.
Thank you.
What would you say has been your biggest obstacle, the biggest pain point where, you know, it tested you mentally? Because you already had the resolve, so we know it didn't break you. But where it tested you like, man, God, mom, whoever.
Right.
What was that moment for you that you felt like you were tested and life was dealing you hard blows?
You as a parent know there's so many moments, you know, whether they're small or big. I think for me it was, you know, transitioning my life. So me and my partner are not together anymore. You know, we're partners in a different capacity, right? So I don't see the breakups or how people see them in
Sure.
a very linear manner. We're partnering and raising these beautiful kids, you know, and that takes both of us to strive and become better people.
Sure.
But like starting life over, pandemic, where's money coming in?
Yeah.
You know, burning cash like crazy.
Woo.
Kids are locked in the house. Kids are worrying about dying.
For real.
Right? How am I explaining death to a kid who barely even lived?